work for it.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Northwood Times. I'm Jeff Ritchie with the Ritchie Real Estate Group and Chris Allen Realty, and I'm here today in Northwood Village with Kay Tonini of Vintage Journey Market. How you doing today, Kay?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. Well, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it.
We're excited.
And today, we're going to get to know Kay a little bit, get to know your store, and then get to know how your store and yourself are entrenched in the community of Northwood Village. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, the store is located on 25th Street. It's called Vintage Journey Market. We are based off of upcycling, repurposing, restoring, and so what we do is we give life back to a lot of things that will hopefully not hit the salvage yards and scraps and so forth. And so what we do is we custom build and we paint and we repurpose things to make them something that they weren't supposed to be, but it adds a lot of character and life back to the things.
I love it. So can you give us an example of how you'd take an old piece, creatively make it into something new and
Absolutely.
intriguing?
There's various things that are around the store. One of the things that you will see is we have taken an old vintage window and we've taken that vintage window and we've built a complete cabinet around it. So the cabinet design is based off of the size of the window. And so
Cool.
somebody may come in and they say, you know what, I want custom cabinets built, but I want them this deep or this wide. And so what we can do at that point is build it all based off of the older window.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it takes that window and makes sure that it just doesn't end up busted and cracked and destroyed. That's one of the items. Some of the other items, we take old table bases that are old vintage iron and we build custom tabletops. We take old whirlybird light fixtures that are roof vents and we make them light fixtures.
Oh, cool.
So there's a lot of different stuff that we do. Our goal is to take, whether it's metal to wood to a dresser or to something that's not supposed to be a light and make it a light. And it's kind of just restore. So that way people can have custom pieces. We've also taken where if you've ever been given a great grandmother's piece and it's a family heritage piece.
Of course, yeah.
That's passed down.
And it fits in perfectly with your modern stuff, right?
Absolutely. So what we do is we do paint, we customize, we personalize your piece to your lifestyle. But then the great thing is that family heritage is still going on.
That's awesome.
And that's really
People love that.
Our
It's
our
a great
goal.
touch.
When we go pick in the area and sometimes outside of the area, but we look for a lot of the things that are being destroyed. And so it could be old doors and we make tables out of them. And so we try and keep, like I said, the local community still alive.
Yeah, and that's great for our old school community here. So we can
Absolutely.
refurbish things and try and keep the the intrigue of our old school neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. So what's next on your agenda? First, tell us a little bit about how you got here, a little bit about yourself.
Well, I formerly spent 22 years in property management.
Nice.
And then I've always, as my father called it, tinkering, because I'm a good old Kentucky girl. And so recycling, restoring, rescuing, repurposing has always been pretty much in the heart of me. And so I started by building custom dog beds. And they were given to local charities and they were given back and auctioned off from large baby cradles that were made into custom dog beds and all different
Cool.
stuff. So we are involved a lot and entrenched in the community. I looked a lot of places, but I felt like Northwood Village, being a Main Street USA now, as well as the community, which I absolutely love, the sense of community, the sense of ownership, the pride, the development, the art, made me want to open my store here. It's
No better neighborhood to do it.
I love it. I just absolutely, and I looked at 72 locations.
Wow.
So
well,
that
we're
ought to
lucky to
tell
have you
ya.
here in Northwood.
So we got involved, even before I got to here, I was involved in animal rescue. I'm a big animal rescue fan, and I believe that you can rescue an animal and don't judge its past, because the future is what's really going to be the difference in that animal. And the other thing, we are a couple charities we're involved with. Gold Star Family Home. We donate 4 entire houses a year.
Wow.
And
Furnishing
all the
for the
furnishings
houses,
in
not the
house.
actual
yeah,
house.
not the house, but all the furnishings. Yes.
Cool.
And right now we have a big event going on that you will be able to see on the side of our building. 7-foot shoes that we built, and it's for the 9/11 Empty Shoe Memorial. And it's in honor of the 2,996 people that we lost on September 11th.
Wow.
So we are collecting shoes, and on September 11th, we will be honoring them by lining the shoes in the field. Northwood Village Main Street will be hosting, as well as myself and other sponsors, will be hosting an event as well as a live memorial that we would love everybody to come down and see.
That
It's
sounds
really
awesome.
important
And
that
it's
our
right
community-
here in your field, right next to
25th and Dixie.
your store, 25th and Dixie. So be
Right.
there, be square.
Yeah.
I'll cut to that event sign you have outside of the store, and what a great cause that is. Everybody should come out to that event. If you want to be a part of that event, should they get in touch with you? Or?
Absolutely, we'll take volunteers.
Okay.
We still need a lot of shoes.
All
So
right.
we take any kinds of shoes. They will be going back to our local homeless, our local veterans, and to support our community that, what's happening in Texas could so easily happen here
Yeah, no doubt.
in just a
And-
quick minute.
Yeah.
And so, hopefully if it makes a difference between a homeless man having a pair of shoes or a veteran that's coming back and that needs a pair of high heels to be able to go on that next job interview, it will help them.
That's
And that's
awesome. What a
truly our
great
goal.
cause. I mean, that's going to be a great event, and I'll be here for sure.
Wonderful.
Everybody, if you can, get in touch with Kay. I'll put your info right
Please
here.
do.
Is that good? And then I'll
Absolutely.
link it up, too, in the comments section. And so next thing up, one of the dog beds you had, right, that you
Absolutely.
make in our neighborhood. We love dogs. Our whole neighborhood's dog friendly. One great reason to live in Northwood Village, you can take your dog anywhere, which is nice. She lets dogs in the store.
Oh, absolutely. If you come shopping here, you might just be greeted by a 193-pound Great Dane, who is a rescue.
I haven't met him yet, but I can't wait to.
He will not fit in this.
So you had to make a little bit.
FYI.
You're gonna have to get a swimming pool, an old
Yeah,
swimming pool to fit
Custom
him
dog
in there.
bed for him is a little different. But one of the things we do is we give back to the local charities. We do have an event coming up, and that's Bark Bash 3.
Bark back.
Bark Back.
Bark
Sorry,
Back
but I already
Bark
losing-
back,
can we-
bark bash. They both sound really fun. We're gonna have a good time either
There you
way.
go.
Right?
And we are supporting Peggy Adams. And these dog beds, if you purchase your tickets to this event prior to, you have a chance to win a different dog bed every 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
So this one has.
And when's that? When's the event? 18th?
This one is on November 18th.
November 18th. So you've got some time
Absolutely.
to submit. So where do they submit?
They're going to want to actually purchase their tickets off of www.barkbackbenefit.com.
Okay, and I'll link that up too. So
Wonderful. And one of my favorite bands is Spread the Dub, and they are playing. And there's a lot of local bands that play that night. There's about 8 of them, and it's all for free. And
Awesome.
so they buy the tickets, the proceeds go back to the animal rescue, as well as it ties in, again, to people that come back with PTSD and that need a service animal. And we will help train certain animals, dogs, cats,
Wow.
or so forth, and get them their service animal.
That's amazing. Those dogs are very expensive and take a very long time to train and are very useful for our veterans. So everybody, if you can, come down to Barkback on November 18th. And again, get a hold of Kay. She'll lead you in the right direction.
And if you need volunteer time or you're looking for something, come out and see us.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
If you want to paint furniture,
All kinds of
if
events.
you want to...
All kinds of events coming up, all kinds of local, I guess, charity events, we would say, and then a lot of volunteering around our neighborhood too. So if you could, come to Barkback, come meet Kay at Vintage Journey Market here in Northwood Village, 418
Yep, 418 25th Street.
25th Street.
Yep, we're right across from Malacor, and we do have a parking lot, so you don't have to fight with street parking, which is really good. And so, but yes, 9/11 at 6 p.m. we will be honoring all of the veterans. We'll have a ceremony. One of the other things we didn't bring up is Karen Vaughn will be here not only signing her books, but she is a Gold Star mom.
Wow.
And her son was killed in the helicopter crash prior to 9/11. So she will not only be here signing her book, but she will also be honoring his memory and talking about his life.
That's awesome. Hopefully I'll get to meet her, and that'll be an amazing time. There's nothing like having, you know, Gold Star family and being able to help them. And I know you donate, what did you say, how many? Four
We average
a
about
year?
4 homes.
Four homes a year of Gold
interiors
Star
and-
families,
yeah.
and donate all that. And I know they're very thankful, and we're thankful to them for serving our country. So
Yeah.
everybody be there, 9/11, 6 p.m., right next to Vintage Marketplace, Vintage Journey Market, sorry, in Northwood Village. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, just want to thank the community for bringing as many shoes as they have. Please keep cleaning out those closets, and I promise if you check under your kid's bed or your mother's, there are probably some shoes.
I know I got some shoes I'll donate to you too.
We
so.
welcome it, and we take all types because, like I said, there's so many different reasons that people come back and they need help and they need
Absolutely.
assistance.
And we're here to help, and that's what our community is all about. We love the community here, and thanks for being a
Absolutely.
wonderful part of it. And hopefully
We're
we'll be
excited.
hanging out with each other a lot.
Anytime, come on in.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me on episode 3 of Northwood Times. I'm Jeff Ritchie with Ritchie Real Estate Group, and we'll see you next time.